提多少3000也行啊。卖家说行吧，那我先把3000拿到，然后我再重新上市。我当然了，我说不是重新上市，我们现在就是 back to market，因为原来就是 pending，一直 pending 了1个月了。
哎，那个 B Core 什么，那上面你们都用了？
我还没用呢，你们谁用 KV Core 了？KV Core 我们过了年马上就会培训，我还没用，是因为我自己的 MLS 现在还没有转过来，因为我们原来的那个 brokerage 里面的好多 listing 还没有 close 掉，所以我要等那些 listing 全部 close 掉，我才能把我的 account 全部转到EXP，所以我原来我的 MLS 的那个 account 还没改。但你可以去上课呀，那边有 KV Core 的上课呀。我们准备过了年马上就培训。KV Core 是啥呀？是一个 CRM 叫 Client Relationship Management，
我看了一下，
就是可以帮你 follow up 你的所有的 client transactions，然后以后给客人发信息啊什么的那种的，就是等于就是一个追踪的一个
上面什么 KV Core，就那个就是那些 training calendar 上面，好像没有专门就是有这个的吧？还有别的地方？
我大概看了一下那个 KV Core 哈。
Yeah, there should be two. There should be twice a week trainings with KV Core.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
But I couldn't find those on the calendar, the training calendar.
Okay, I'll double check. I guess the best way if you want the world asking more for the KV because KV Core there's a whole KV Core training from KV Core group. So there's another inside the world. There's another space for the vendors where you go into.
Oh.
We can test it out and see where.
Would you like something to eat?
No, I'm okay. Okay.
You wanna wait for Julie?
No, don't have to. I texted
We
them.
started.
Yeah, we're live streaming already, so we have some Zoom attendees and if they'll hop on the. Then Judy Wang will be here soon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You wanna kind of get started with
I'll
kind of
get
the goals?
started. Yeah, okay, everyone.
Do you need your laptop to project?
No, I don't need to project.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take some notes in a while. Thank you so much for coming. 感谢大家今天能来哈。我们其实应该有更多的人，大概还在路上或者是在 Zoom 上哈。Anyone on the Zoom? Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. I can see you, Teresa.
哎，OK，是 Rebecca 是吧
Yes, yes, I can see you.
OK，好的，好的，OK。哦呀，东东来了，太好了，谢谢。来，随便坐。我们那天人不是很多，但是我知道大家快过节了哈。首先给大家提前祝一下节日快乐，然后呢，再做个 announcement，我们通知就是我们12月14号啊，大家都一定要来，带着家属都可以，就是 +1 有那个我们有饭局在马路对面的瑞华，马路对面然后呢，我们明年还有更多的 training，然后我们有很多计划，准备年底的时候会到时候会发给大家。然后还有评奖，比如说今年1年的我们的业绩什么，到时候都有评比。然后我们也欢迎其他的就是新朋友来参加。然后呢，原来我们自己团队里的人，包括你和你的先生，就原来自己团队的呢，我和大伟就负责了。如果不是我们原来团队新来的朋友呢，就是Daniel was it $50 per person?
Yeah, I believe $50
on the flyer. That's what it says.
for we partners.
Yeah, for partners.
But for the TBT.
Okay, yeah. So our own team 就是我们从那个原来 TPT 过来的这些人呢，我和大伟我们帮你们付钱。如果是新的朋友的话来的话，欢迎 welcome you join us. It's $50 per person. 然后 we also extended the invitation to We Partners. We are part of the We Partners. So you can see the logo. We Partners is Daniel and his team and everyone else. We have a huge network that we just joined. We're so proud to be a part of this network. So if you haven't known who Daniel is, okay, this is Daniel. Hey, Daniel. Daniel is a long-term friend and a great leader and a faithful Christian, and he is the leader of our entire We Partners team. and he's a commercial broker for many, many years, if you don't know him. And they have lots of business and transactions over the years, and he and Kelvin are partners together. We are part of their team. And then now we are another team under them, and they have other teams too. So there's a big network. Right now we have probably 250 people
Yeah,
together.
so kind of, if you're a person who goes to church, think of the organization as a big church,
Yeah,
and you have small groups.
yeah.
And that's how you continue to build up your small groups and teams and that structure. So it's very similar in that sense. If you look at it, that picture, it's not my organization, it's our organization. And that's the same mindset, you know, we tell people, like, you become a business partner.
Yes.
We all bring to the table, that's the environment, and that's the mindset that everyone should have when you run their real estate business. You know, you can do it by yourself, and you can only go so far.
Right.
But when you go together, you can go further. So
Right.
that's that same mindset, and you have to think that way every day. If you don't think that way, it's just like you're gonna have struggles, and you don't have resources to go to. You know? So my goal is to help you get out of those struggles so you can, you know, do more and be more creative. And it doesn't have to be just transaction, right? It can be maybe new businesses or opportunities that arise.
Right.
So when we created this organization, we said, well, it can be different entrepreneurs, people who are investors, people who are lenders, people who are in the attorneys, accounting. I have CPAs that are dual licensed. So imagine that you continue to create that and replicate what we're doing, and you just make it your own. You just continue on. So.
Awesome. So that's a great segue into our topic, our first topic today. So we'll actually have a couple new people we'll introduce in the end, since Daniel already led to the topic about building the team, being partners together. So let's turn it to Daniel and let's let him introduce the great benefits about EXP and EXP, working with EXP, working with all the partners. Let's learn about it.
Yeah. So, you know, a couple of years ago, Judy Wang, she'll be coming around 10:30, 10:45 to go over kind of this profile, kind of understanding personalities, things like that. So there's kind of 4 categories, and she'll go over that. But she actually sat down with me a couple of years ago because I said, Judy, I need help organizing the group. And she goes, do you have a mission statement? Do you have a vision? So we sat down for a few hours and when we came up with this, and we haven't changed it since, because we truly believe that's, you know, when we sat down, we took some time and we condensed it down into, you know, what you see here is really building an environment, creating that wealth, community, and legacy, right? So every day when I wake up, I just know that we're creating a community. I know it's building a legacy for my family, for my children, and of course, building up that wealth. We all understand real estate builds wealth, right? Whether you're producing or you're buying an investment, typically wealth is passive income. So you typically is buying an investment property, having that passive income. With our EXP component, our platform, yes, you can build up that passive component as well as you grow your teams, connect with more people, people that are already in the industry. Because EXP is a disruptive platform, really disrupting a lot of the franchise companies and also disrupting independent brokers. Typically, an independent broker, in order for them to grow, they usually typically will buy a franchise. That's the next step, if they want to take that step. No longer is needed to do that anymore. And that's why EXP, you know, was founded 15 years ago. And now you probably see a lot of new companies start up too, because they see that the model is proven. And now there are all these other companies that are, you know, kind of imitating the concept. But at the same time, as I look at what we're doing, because of the stability of the company.
I don't know about you. I feel like that goal is very, very aggressive. 10,000 partners by 2030, 5 years from today.
Yeah.
So we gotta have to hurry. Everybody counts.
So for me is, you know, 30 plus, you see that plus, right?
Oh, okay.
But you have to have a big vision. right? Because even if we hit 5,000, that's still
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Even if we hit 1,000, that's still a lot.
absolutely.
So you have to have a big vision of what your why is. And the reason why I put out 10,000 is because half of our upline partners have over 10,000 people. Because of what they, they're no difference from you and me. I tell you that. I've met them all. It's just because they set up a goal and set up a vision and they're able to do that.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is my goal for all our team members. It's not just me, it's every one of you. Find your friends or find your team members and your partners together by the end of next year. We hope that we get to 100.
Yay.
Right now.
By June.
By June.
Okay, but we'll try to do June, like, and then you done plus. Right?
So you set your goal and whether it's production, whether it's growth, whether it's a new business or you're doing, you have to set your goals. So this is our goal as an organization, coming in. So, every Monday, at 9 o'clock Central Time, we have a Zoom call. Well, we call it We Huddle. We huddle up together. You guys are all welcome to go onto the Zoom call. If you don't want to speak, it's okay. Our goal is to just share wins to give motivation on every Monday. There's usually consistently 25 to 35 people there that get on the Zoom. I would love to have you guys be a part of that and hop on. If you guys do your own huddle, that's okay too. Sometimes as a leader, you get frustrated. Well, I have 200 something people. I only get 25 people coming in. It's okay. I hope the other people who don't show up, they're doing their own calls. They're mentoring their own team. And because I asked my leaders before, like, man, it's kind of frustrating. I talk to Teresa and Shelly all the time. It's kind of frustrating because you guys have 40 people. We only have a small crowd. It's okay. The main thing is you guys show up, and the people who show up consistently, you'll see them grow. And I have more time with you, whether it's that 30 minutes or 1 hour. I get to know you better and better, and you get to know me better. So every
And
Monday.
guess what? By showing up today, you get a chance to win that $25 gift card.
So this was this week. So every Monday I share what's going on. So there was a commercial happy hour down in downtown. We had two of our members get an award at Metrotex last night. They were Laura Pena and Alvin, 40 and under 40. Brandon was top 50 agent in Texas, ranked number 47 out of all of EXP agents, out of all the 11,000 agents in Texas. So he's also an icon agent. So great person. His wife is Jennifer. So if you see Jennifer send me emails, that's his wife. So Jennifer's helping me on the operations side. Every Monday, our upline leaders, it's under topagentsecrets.com. That's the Zoom call. Every Monday at 10 o'clock, they have a training, typically more on production. So if you want to get on that, you have that access as well. That's every Monday. If you're looking at growth, first and third Tuesday of the month, we have a power hour attraction training. How to do scripting, how to talk to agents, how to talk to brokers, right? How do you have that confidence in inviting the agent? Our goal is not to EXP on people. Our goal is to find out their why. Do they fit to be a business partner with you, right? And you got to figure out your why, because you can't just recruit and talk to people without understanding why you want to do it, right? The foundation shouldn't be about making a ton of money on people. It should be like, hey, I want to build up something together so we can improve our business, our life, everything. North Texas EXP will have our party next week on Wednesday, the 11th. Tuesday. Sorry, Tuesday. Is that right?
I don't.
Double check.
Did you do this?
It's Wednesday.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
How's your mistake?
So if you're seeing this live, we need to fix that. So Wednesday, December 11th. So also
Are there still seats opening?
yeah, there's tickets available. So
Okay,
you can scan that, you can go to that. Typically about 202 to 250 show up for this party.
Dress up? Is it-
Yeah, dress up, yeah. I have some pictures. You can go back if you need to see what people wear. I know the ladies like to kind of scope out like. how
Where
was it?
you're bling bling.
Yeah. If you don't know Harry Long, he's an attorney. He also has a title company. He's teaching here next Thursday from 10 to 11 regarding estate planning for your clients. It'll be a good tool for you guys as well. Good training on that. January 8th, we have a lot of leaders flying in. On the 7th, but we have our commercial training. We're gonna have at the local Good Coffee. We have that sanctuary space, fits about 150 people. So if you're interested about commercial, or if you have any commercial brokers, you want to invite them, please share this flyer. It's a free event. We're still looking for sponsors. The venue is not too expensive, but it's because of food. If you have anyone that you know that wants to sponsor a commercial event, please let us know. The agenda is not finalized yet, but we are gonna have like a deal making kind of roundtable so people can. Almost like speed dating, we'll have someone speak about a project and you guys can talk and then we'll switch around, make it more interactive that way. Jim Wong, our founding president for EXP Commercial, will be flying in from California as well. He's also your leader partner that's flying in. Tom Trong will fly in. We have people from all over the country. I think probably about 10 to 15 people flying in for this. So, and then
It's just one day.
it's on the 8th. On the 9th, we're gonna have a strategic meeting with Jim's organization. So all his core leaders will be meeting on the 9th. It's gonna be focused on growth. It's gonna be focused about what he's doing. So Jim has created an organization called Renaissance Commercial, and we're all part of that, but it's geared more on the commercial side. So welcome to have John and others come. Everyone is welcome to come to that, but it's gonna be geared toward what his focus is. And his core group that he talks to every Saturday.
Yeah.
So every Saturday, commercial, Jim has a call on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Welcome to hop on that as well. So all this stuff is it's very
It's
transparent.
available,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
all available. So Lori is doing a self-defense on January 10th. So welcome to hop into there. And I think it's good to have a group come together, learn about self-defense, especially as a female, male too, I think, welcome to go to, but I think the guys can, do something and create another flyer and another event. So, fast cap. For those that are new agents, even seasoned agents, I think it'd be good to understand why EXP is pushing this so hard. It's a free class, it's a 6 weeks program, it's on Zoom. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I believe it's an hour and a half on the Zoom. And then of course you have your activities. There's a software that once you register, you'll get into the program. And I guess that's how they track. They're gonna be tracking your production and your calls and what you're doing. But it's 6 weeks. For the part-time agents, they are gonna do a night class later on. I think that's gonna start in February. Because they understand that there are part-time agents and some people work and they need to accommodate that. So they beta tested this class 3 times already. So they kind of perfected it. So please hop into that if you can.
So hold it here for a minute, and I have looked at a lot of the training programs that EXP offers. They're a lot, okay? But I want you to sign up for this one. If you have time or if you want to commit to this one, this is showing you ropes and little things that you can do to cap fast. What the meaning of fast cap is there anyone still doesn't know what cap means? So in EXP, we cap at 16,000, right? We do our productions and then we cap. How do we fast cap and cap? After cap, we can do more productions and we get that 16,000 back. So Shelly and I, we're like, okay, we gotta get this money back. We want to make more money, right? So this is something that we want to learn. This is something new to all of us. We never had this before. We're on the same page as a new agent, as whoever is just in the learning. I'm signing up. I already did. Actually, I signed up yesterday. And Daniel knows I already signed up yesterday. No matter how busy I am, I want to commit to growing and learning and doing better with this new platform, because this is something that we never had before. I mean, no matter how good you think our Tim Parsons was before, I appreciate that, but we did not have this resource. Now we have the resource, and we gotta take advantage of it.
And so a couple things, could we do a hybrid where we have the Zoom here, and you guys come in person? That's up to you guys. You know, I can put it up here, but you
Good
need to
idea.
register, because of the software and all that. I can show you any videos all day long. If you don't register, you gotta, put that effort. Register.
And it's free,
Yeah.
it's free, just need your commitment to the time.
So this one is more a growth for your business and also for, growth for production.
That's my friend.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
hi,
I'm
how are you?
glad
Welcome.
She's doing the test right now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's working. Really.
Welcome.
So I went to this last year in March. It was great because you had about 500 leaders from EXP, you all come together. This year, they're actually having 3 keynote speakers. We have Ed Milet. If you don't know who he is, he's a big, not just motivational speaker, he's almost like a Tom Ferry type, mixed with Tony Robbins in a sense.
So, wow.
But he has coming from humble beginnings and stuff like that. We also have Tom Ferry.
Oh,
Tom Ferry is also gonna come as a speaker. So if you wanna go to Cabo, it's an all-inclusive resort. So you get your ticket and then you get your hotel, everything's included there, of course. And I don't know if they changed the agenda. Last year, the agenda was, or earlier in March, it was, morning sessions to the afternoon. You have lunch and then you're free in the afternoon. So our team got to do excursions, we had to do fun stuff, we rented a boat, on a yacht, we did ATVs, so it's also a way where you can team them. So if this is something you want to invite people, it's also a good way to do, to bond together for, just 4 or 5 days. So this is a great, place to go. They also have one in Hawaii, I haven't been to that one, that's more expensive. I like Cabo because it's all inclusive, it's easy, it's a nice resort.
how much is the registration? That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think the tickets are 500-600.
500, 600,
Yeah,
okay.
and then of course your hotel resort and stuff.
Okay.
So it's not cheap, but you'll get a lot of value if you really go and participate and connect with these other people.
Yeah, if you all wanna go, let me know, and we can group together. If you wanna share a room, we can share a room. Cabo is somewhere I've never been to. I always want to go to.
Yeah, it's very safe. I went there.
It seems to be very beautiful.
Yeah, it's very safe. It's away from the downtown area, but we did take the taxi to downtown and go eat and hang out. But where the resort is, if you just want to stay at the resort, I had 2 people in our group that just stayed in the
Did you
resort.
just fly to Cabo or?
You just fly to Cabo,
Okay.
correct? Yeah, American Airlines, I believe, correct. All right, EXP Con, Montreal in Canada, it's in April. If you're going to Europe, might as well go to Barcelona for the conference. It's not too bad on pricing. The prices may have gone up a little bit. I think they're still early bird, but double check the link. And of course, the EXP Con in Miami. So these are conferences that, this is part of your company, right? You own it together, just budget your year, kind of plan what you can go to. Couple things is be creative. I have a person that will sponsor, like you can find your lender that, hey, can you sponsor me for this event? And I'll wear a t-shirt and, branding and whatnot. So you can be creative, right? Get some sponsorship money for you to go.
Right.
So those are just my crazy ideas sometimes, so,
That's a great
right?
idea.
Yeah.
So then your team shirts can have different things, and it's just like your sponsor
Yeah,
going to.
I already talked about this, sorry for interrupting, a few times about the EXP Con, because I went this year in October. Hi, Judy. She's our speaker today. Thank you for coming. I thought it was phenomenal. It was just, I was blown away by all the speakers and all the teachings, all the classes, all the sharings from other agents. Like, how do we, talk to the sellers or the buyers? Like, now we're facing this whole commission war, right? Or should we give it, if the seller said, I don't want to give you a commission, I don't want to pay for buyer commission, how do you respond to that? All these very, very little things that they will share. So that's a good thing about EXP. It's different from all the other franchised companies because we are the same company. We are the owner of the company. We all own stocks of the company. So we share from, bottom of our hearts. So EXPCon, I'd say for all these conferences, I'm not sure you can go to all of them. I'm not gonna go to all of them, but there's one that I highly, highly recommend. I think you have to go to is the EXPCon in the end of the year in October. And that's the time that we're probably gonna tone down a little bit. It's not gonna be super expensive, super busy. And then that's in Miami, who doesn't wanna go to Miami? So
So
I'd
a
say,
couple things in Miami, we can either book a big Airbnb, maybe have 2 houses, one for the guys, one for the females. And if I can find an Airbnb next to each other, it'd be great, then we can carpool or Uber or whatnot. We just need to know how many people are going, things like that, so we can get 20 people. This year, we had close to like 25, 26 people go. If we can get 50 people go, it makes sense, we can save costs that way. It's up to you guys, if your group wants to just get your own Airbnb, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But then you can cut costs.
another benefit about going to EXPCon or a conference like this, because is that you get referrals. Okay, so this past year, this October, it was literally right after I signed out with EXP. I had no idea, so I didn't bring, even my business card still is not EXP. So I didn't kind of expose myself to a lot of people, but I regret it now because I know that if I talk to a lot of people from other states like Georgia, Boston, California, Florida, and when they come to Dallas, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna look for someone local, right? You want those referrals. And this has happened to me twice with other conferences, like ARIA, right? I flew to Boston, someone in Boston gave me a referral from Virginia. And I flew to Las Vegas, someone from Las Vegas gave me a referral from Las Vegas. So you get referrals through these conferences, make friends, make connections, and talk to people so that you can, when people think, oh, I have a client who wants to go to Texas. Guess what? Everybody from the United States is coming to Texas.
Yeah.
Everybody, seriously, I think the market is helping us in business. Hi. Sorry, we're really. So the market itself is helping us to be in business, to run good business, because we don't have to sell Texas. Guess what? Texas sells itself. So don't worry about it. If you can,
You remember the lady that was handing out bags?
yes, the
So
ladies are handing
there
out
was this lady
bags.
handing out tote bags, it was colorful, had their branding.
Yeah.
In order to get a free bag, you scan their QR code and like them on Instagram, things like that. She said she got over like 70 referrals
Yeah.
just by standing there handing out bags. So you can imagine she's in Atlanta. So you gotta be creative. And you can R&D, rip off and duplicate. Instead of giving back, you can give out something next year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So anyway, these are good ideas that I learned from, just people being creative. So, of course, wepartnersnetwork.com, that's our website for our group. I put a lot of the events there, so everything I'm sharing, it's usually on the website. There's another site called Agents Get Free. That's our upline leaders site. He has a lot of stuff on there as well. Please make sure you join our Facebook private community. We also have a WhatsApp group. That's more for announcements right now, so I just have everyone plugged in there so I can make my quick announcements for events. So Teresa wanted me to kind of share revenue share because there's a lot of confusion or misunderstanding or not understanding, what revenue share all entails. So, when we give 20% to EXP, what does EXP do with that 20%? So half of that goes back to the company, and the other half goes into what we call the RevShare pool. And that RevShare pool gets paid out 7 levels. Okay, so that is your understanding where the money goes. Where does stocks? We get stocks, right? When you do your first transaction, you get some stocks. When you get some stocks. You introduce somebody to the company, you get stocks. That stock money doesn't come from here. That stock money comes actually from the company. Okay, and then when you icon, you get your $16,000 money back in stocks. Guess what? That comes from the company dollar too, not from the RevShare pool. So the company is actually giving out more than 50%. So you have to understand the company almost gives out 70 to 75% of their revenue back to agents. They only operate with 20 to 25%. They still have net income. Okay.
And for the ones who signed up between like October and November, you should receive emails regarding your JP Morgan at work account activation email. And some of you are nodding. So I just got mine. I just logged in yesterday. I got it like last week, but I didn't get a chance to work on it. So when you log in, you can see your stocks there. Hey, I have some stocks already.
Yep, you got some shares. So a lot of people get confused looking at this, so I'm gonna break it down a little bit on tiers 1, 2, and 3. So EXP back in May, they updated this, and they also unlocked 1, 2, and 3, meaning that you don't have to go wide to have tier 2 money or tier 3 money. Okay, so tier 1 is the person you personally sponsor into the company. That's your tier 1. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next slide and make it a little bit easier. Okay. So we all understand the EXP revenue 50%. So 16,000 times 50% is 8,000. That's the calculation. There is a bonus. Since July 1st of this year, they created a bonus program. So if you personally sponsor somebody this year, for the next 12 months, you get 50% of the RevShare pool. Meaning, if that agent caps, which is 8,000 RevShare pool times the first year bonus is 50%, you actually get $4,000 in revenue, cash revenue from your tier 1. Okay, after the next year, it will go back down to the 17.5%. Okay, so I didn't share the bonus because I didn't want to confuse you guys when I first met with you guys. But that is a bonus. So right now, Teresa, you have some new tier 1s. Guess what? When they do, if they cap, that's $4,000.
So how do you count the first year? That's whose first year? Is that my first year?
No, whoever you brought in.
Oh,
From their
first year.
anniversary year.
Oh, okay, from
12
their
months.
anniversary. Okay.
From their anniversary year, 12 months, if they cap or they half cap, you get 50% of whatever the rev share pool is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So let's not talk about bonuses and all that. Just talk about straight numbers. If you brought in a tier 1, let's call her Sally. Sally, we know that she's not a new agent. She's probably $150,000 GCI production agent. You know that she's a capping agent. So you know that you can calculate that she would be giving EXP 16,000. Out of that 16,000 is half, so it's 8,000 times 17.5 equals $1,400. Okay. Well, if you brought in 12 agents that year and they're capping, that's 16,800. What was your cap? 16,000. You just covered your costs. So that's one way to kind of cover your costs. Okay. Now, tier 2, immediately Sally brings on Tom. Tom can be in Atlanta. Tom can be in Canada. Tom can be in Europe. Can be in Dubai, Mexico. Wherever EXP is growing, you can grow your organization or team in those markets too. We're not a franchise company. We're one corporate company where we can expand. That was the limitation as a franchise owner. I could not expand to Europe because US didn't have a franchise territory because someone else had that master territory, right? So the thing is, you have to think this is a business model where EXP allows us to grow because of that. That's why it's in the structure. So tier 2, same thing. If Tom is a capping agent, same thing. You get 20% of his RevShare pool, which is $1,600. Okay, so the calculation is if you brought in 12 people, like a Teresa, like you guys, and they're building their small team, 10 people each or 12 people each. So 12 times 10 is 120 people in your tier 2. Right? This is possible because I see people do it. I'm doing it. And you know, at the same time, it's up to you guys if you want to do it. But then if you calculate, if everyone's doing 80,000 in gross commission income, that's selling like 4 to 8 homes in our marketplace.
Yeah.
Depending on the price point. That's doable. And if you're not selling 4 to 8 homes, you know, then you really need to get on that fast cap program to understand how to do more production, right? Some people like, well, I'm happy with 3 homes. I'm just doing it part-time. That's fine too. The goal is you're in a company that you can do more. So that's $192,000. And imagine if 120 people brought in just one friend. That's another 120 people in tier 3. So you have a potential revenue of over $300,000 passively. Well, not everyone's going to be doing production. We cut that in half. That's still $150,000 passive residual income. That's selling two.
And that's just first 3 tiers, and
Correct.
there's 7 tiers.
Yeah. And the reason why I don't share 4, 5, and 6, and 7, because typically, if you look at the statistically, you may not even know 4, 5, and 6, and 7 those people. If you don't know them and they're doing production, guess what? That's true passive income. You're not even managing them. You're not even seeing them because you have leaders in tier 4 that are growing tier 5, 6, and 7. That's exactly what I'm seeing because my leaders in tier 4 and 5, they're managing their own team. They have their own network now and they're growing, and that's passive income. I'll see it coming in. You know, it doesn't mean that I don't reach out to them. As a leader, I try to reach out to everyone as much as I can. So investment scenario. If you have a business or buying an investment and you're able to get net income of $308,000, if the cap rate is 6%, you would have to have cash, $5.1 million cash to buy a shopping center, to buy an investment property, right? To net $308,000. So for $85 a month, you're in a platform where you can grow if you want to. So that's why I wanted to kind of share that with you guys, because it is possible. But it's a business. Do you want to run a business? Do you want to grow your business? I think if you got your real estate license, is you want to make money, you want to do help people with buying a house, you want to actually learn how to invest in real estate, and you got another component where you actually can help other agents be in a better platform. Because if you don't believe that EXP is a better platform, then what's the point of being here, right? What's the point of getting all this information, connecting with all these great leaders if you don't believe it yourself, right? So you have to believe that there's a platform that is good, that it's going to help another agent at Keller Williams, Remax, Emmy, it doesn't matter because they don't get to own that company. With EXP, we get to own it together, right? And we get to grow, we want to grow. So not everyone's going to grow. Statistically, I think maybe 20 to 30% people really grow their organization. The other ones, when I ask my other team members why they don't want to, they just like, well, I don't want to recruit. So, well, you're recruiting clients. You're looking for a buyer or seller. You can look for a real estate agent. So one of our upline leaders, Rob Flick, he has 19,000 agents. He hasn't done one transaction in EXP. He saw the model and he says, is it easier to find a seller, buyer, or a realtor? And he's a math guy. He goes, it's easier for me to find a realtor because real estate agents, we have public information, our phone numbers, emails, our production is all there. So if you're a data person and more analytical, you can pull all that data and you can target the right people and have that conversation. So we're all in sales. I mean, if you got in real estate not thinking this is a sales job or a sales career, we are in sales. And you have to learn how to be better at sales, right? Because you're learning how to the information on real estate, the changes. I mean, there's always changes, especially with this NAR stuff, big change. We have to adapt. So with EXP, yes, it's another adaptation, but it's a better adaptation, I think. I started with 3 people 4 years ago. We're about 260 people. I can pull my numbers up as well. But that's it that I have for RevShare.
Okay.
But I can kind of show you how everything is tracked. Everyone has this app called my.exp.com.
Well, Daniel is signing in. I just want to share this book. Some of you already seen this because I have shared this like 3 times already.
Yeah.
Because this is a great book. I got this from the EXPCon this year, and I actually met this person. He was one of the speakers, Ryan, and he said the power of networking business, network marketing business. Some people, oh, I don't want to do networking, but guess what? Everything related to network. You want to do business. Any kind of business, it's about networking. When you get to do your own business, like Daniel said, our job is sales. How do you make sales? You make sales through your network. That's what I told my kids. I tell them, hey, if you want to do any type of, unless you just want to be an engineer and working for a specific corporation for the rest of your life, if you want to do any entrepreneur job, if you want to do any sales or any individual business, you need a network. And even in the corporate world, I'll tell you, I've worked with big companies before. Even in the corporate world, you still need network. You want to network with your boss's bosses. If you want to develop, if you want to grow, if you want to do better, you have a little bit self requirements on your career path, you have to network. So this book actually tells you it's building an empire, tells you what you need to do, what you can do, or what could happen to you by doing the right thing to build your own empire. So the good thing about EXP is that in a regular brokerage, for example, what I had before, I was the broker, right? All of the agents are just agents. They can never become a leader or their own business owner until they become a broker or they start their own brokerage. In EXP, it's different. I'm not a broker, and I still have my broker license, but I'm not the only one who can build team.
You're not the responsible broker in that sense, the risk
But
taker.
I'm not the sponsor and
You're still
broker
the broker,
anymore.
you're still
I'm
the-
still broker, but the key thing is that I'm not the only one who can in our organization. I'm not the only one who can build a team. You can build a team, you can build a team, and you can be your own broker, and you can be your own team leader, and you can have 80 agents or 100 agents team structure just by doing this. So it's very easy to read big letters. So this is better. So it's just something you can go through. And there are 3 things I wanted to share with you. Just the first few pages. The important thing is this is the title is the 3 ingredients required to succeed in this pursuit. 3 ingredients. 1, having a burning desire. You have to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, nobody can make you. You have to have a burning desire. You must be driven. You must be driven with a white hot burning desire to accomplish your goals and to succeed. That's number 1. Number 2, being coachable. So, hey, guess what? You're here. You're being coached today. So I appreciate it. That means you are coachable. Coachable is important. No matter how smart you are, no matter how knowledgeable you are, there are always things you can learn from other people. And that's how you can grow. So you have to be coachable, must be willing to truly listen to the masters and follow their guidance with focus. Number 3, being willing to work. Everything involves hard work. There's nothing like in Chinese, 没有天上掉的馅儿饼啊，这个很难天上掉馅儿饼，掉下来的可能也不
I know, I need to translate that for me too. I'm like looking at you and like, what you saying?
掉下来
No
也不要
free pizza falling from the sky. Need to
No
work
free lunch.
for it.
No free lunch.
That's
Yeah.
why I charge like for your event,
Yeah,
we charge because
we charge
there's
people.
no
Okay.
free lunch.
Yeah. We used to, Shelly and I, we used to pay for everything, all the events and everything. Well, we pay, and now we're actually glad that everyone can contribute, right? When you contribute, you feel like you're part of it. You are partners. You don't feel like, oh yeah, just Teresa and Shelly doing this. No, it's not us anymore. It's everyone. We are all involved. We're part of this. Okay, so that is the 3 ingredients. 1, having a burning desire. 2, being coachable. 3, being willing to work. Work hard, and we can do this.
Right? So in your my.exprealty.com app, you see your online partners. You immediately know who, when you do a transaction, right? Where does that money, like half of that money go? You have 7 people above you that are getting that, and you should reach out to all 7, tell them who you are, ask them, do they have other stuff that you can get onto their stuff? So I immediately, when I saw that, I contacted Tracy, Scott, Rob Flick, or his wife, Jean Frederick, and Elizabeth. I immediately told, when I met Elizabeth, I said, I'm your tier 7. You're not gonna make any money from my growth, but I just wanna let you know who I am, and she knows who I am. I get on calls with her because there's some leaders that I meet, and she's willing to hop on a call with me. Just share her story and things like that. And that's the collaboration. It's not about just the revenue, the money. right? She wants the company to find more talent, because the more talent we have in a company or in your group, isn't it better? If you have people who don't show up and all that, that organization's gonna fall. So same thing with our organization together, we wanna find good talent, people who wanna show up and plug in. So, how is the organization help? We only got this app probably about a year ago. So now I can see my stats for December was 260 people. Total transaction within the organization of We Partners about 1,100 plus transactions. We did about 339 million in sales volume. Okay, of course, this transaction also includes leases and things like that. So I don't have. I guess if I want to look at the breakdown, I can go into the report because there is a report. Right. Earnings. So, you know, like it says, I have 260 people in the organization, 36 that I personally sponsored. Those 36 have grown to 86, 86 have grown to 86, 44, 7, 1, and 0. So when I mentioned the the level 4, I should go talk to these 44 people and see who are my leaders in here and how I can help them grow this portion. It's another business, right? I have to take the time to understand who my leaders are. Right, and you know, Judy's gonna come up to identify leaders, those personality profiles. And if you haven't seen this, everything is tracked. All the production that comes in is tracked. So last month was around 12,000 in revenue, 8,000, 14, 13, 14, 11, 12, and another 12. Those are combined. There was a new button in March. They can hit pay me now. So that's passive income. Another thing is you can track who's doing transactions. You know, I can see everyone's transactions in your organization. Dalen is in Miami. She probably did a little lease. I finally met her in Miami. She joined us 2 years ago through LinkedIn. I never met her, but I got to meet her in Miami this time because I said, "Hey, Dalen, you need to meet us." You know, so because sometimes I get this little revenue, I'm like, "Oh, she's doing production." So that's the power of building up some passive income. Okay. So not to share this to brag or what I'm doing, I'm just sharing these are the actual numbers. This is what's coming in. It's possible, right? And can I 10x this? Yes. This can be 10x. You can have 100,000 per month if you wanted to. And I've seen it. I've seen 300. I've seen actually 500,000 a month on other people's RevShare. Because they've grown their organization and they found good leaders. So it's up to you. So that's why I want to kind of share. This is the opportunity. I'm not to try to say, oh, we need to grow, we need to make money on revenue. But the thing is, the company offers that. What you're part of is that's what they're based out of. It's not based on making money. That it's based on agents getting to own back their business. Because when you're part of a brokerage, EXP, yes, legally it's the brokerage, but EXP is a platform, so you get paid time. So when you understand it's a platform, you get to do whatever you want and grow however you want, be creative, then that's where you hopefully can have your creative business entrepreneurial mindset come out. So I'm gonna have Judy take it away. Judy, you want to share your laptop?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's have Judy. Judy, thank you so much. She is a certified trainer and for communication for this profile. This profile. Okay, great. So we have a professional to train us. If you haven't heard of what this is, then we're gonna learn it today.
Sit. Okay.
And you want to learn?
And we have 5 minutes break.
We have, yeah, let's take a 5 minutes break and then we can do the drawing if you want. Or we introduce new people. If you have not put your business card.
I still have the old one.
It's okay, but yeah. If you don't have a business card, you can use mine, write your name on it.
Are you? Are you? Yeah. What's the name? I haven't heard it.
对，他现在在。
对，我在准备考试。
OK。
对，对，过来了解一下。
好啊。
然后我是添了一个添了，你好。
是吗？很多人见我都这么说。对，还有
美女，你有卡吗？一会儿我们要抽奖。
哦，我没有卡。
你没有卡，我给你一个，你就用我写你的名字，用这笔写上你的名字。好，那我抽奖。好，谢谢你，老板。什么事？哦，你现在他想我不是This is part in the box. We have a drawing today. If you don't, that's okay. So use my card and write your name.
Oh, I do actually. I do.
You do? Okay, good.
我想跟你去哪里？
好，去，咱俩一起去，太好了。咱们俩
我暂时时间，我现在这么快就定吗？
对，
至少现在自己想一想吧。我没说现在让你买机票，
那我想还是想去。去哪儿？去哪儿？
拿蜜，一起
我也去，我也去。
去，好了，
我上次就没去，
后悔了吧？
后悔了。然后我也买本书回来。但是就你帮我们去。
对，上次
上次
真的
太紧
了，
太紧了。
对，
对，
是
太
我们都
我都
来不及
我也
但是来不及
知道，你像我们10月份 sign up
对呀
转到 EXP，然后马上 we switch to EXP，
对啊
10月份它就是10月20号，好像是，反正就2-3个星期的时间。
是
我都来不及。
ESP Cons 就说是所有就是
做得好
只要是做的这个
好的坏的无所谓，
无所谓。
但是什么叫抗？就是它可以。
就我是论坛的人
对
城市论坛 microcons like everybody get together。
我看它有一个下面它就写
不是，那叫 icon。
对
icon 跟 metacon 还不一样。
Lena's an icon agent.
Icon means she's rich.
Three time icon, right?
So 我们要 learn from her how to cut and icon, right?
And build a team.
What card?
And build a team.
Card.
Build a team.
It's hard work. It's hard work. Like I said, there's nothing comes free. Right? There's no, like Shelly said, there's no pizza falling into your lap. You kind of have to work on it.
Was it Chinese? Maybe you could translate it.
这样这个掉馅饼。
Yeah, you know.
She knows. All right. Okay. We'll turn it to Julie, and thank you, Julie, for teaching us this.
Of course. So I just want to give you a little background. So before, actually during most of my career life, actually, I had a scrap metal recycling yard. We do recycling. I collect scrap metal here I mean, it was in Garland, and then I export it to China, India, Pakistan, all that places. And I sold the business a few years back. But while I was, doing recycling, I was already doing being a realtor, mostly investing for myself and my family. So after I sold the business, I actually, because I built that business from ground up and learned how to do business, how to be a business owner, and do my own mistakes. And then I feel like I can, I want to share that experience with people. So I went into business coaching, and this is where I learned how to understand people, because in my previous business, where it's more today deals, today I have this scrap metal, I have this copper, I have this aluminum, how much can you pay me for it? So it's more transactions. But through business coaching, I understand that, and also in real estate, is about people. You do business with people, and how do you build that relationship and that's why I will start, learning, and I realized I really like this, what we call the behavior assessment. How do we understand what people think? Because everybody wants to be heard and understood. And how to be successful in this type of business is to understand people. So after, I learned that, although I'm not in business coaching, I'm not really doing mostly mortgage, because I'm also a loan officer. So I do more loan officer and of course do real estate, some of it. So that's why I find this is the tool is the tool that helps me to help my business and help people that I do business with. And that's why I want to share with you guys here. So, and then, like I said, throughout the business coaching, while I was doing that, I got certified what we call the DISC profile behavior assessment. And what we call behavior assessment, we don't call it personality test because it's something behavior. We are a creature of habit, human. We are a creature of habit. It's something that you can change if you want to. So that's something we'll get into later on. But this actually Oprah Winfrey said this. Successful people get to where they want to go because they know where they want to go. Most people don't know where they want to go, and a lot of people go into places where they think they should go, or other people say they should do, or what they have carried in their mind for a long time what they should do. But have you ever actually asked yourself the most important question? What do you really want to do? Once you establish that answer, that have everything you do and every choices that you make and things that move into that direction of what your vision is. And once you do that, the force of life rise up to meet you. So I find that very profound that, that is called clarity. And clarity, when you just like, you want to be a realtor and you want to bring in realtors to create this revenue share. And whatever you want to do in your life, once you have that, just like Teresa said, then you put in your heart, you have the passion for it. Then when you know where you want to go, then you have passion for it. So, but how do you do that? Some people are just so confused. They just waiting for God to falling on the sky, tell them, hey, this is what you should do or something. But really, I think we all need to dig deeper into ourselves. So that's why I wanted to, show you this, what we call the DISC profile, where you learn your behavior style. And, but once you learn your behavior style, you understand yourself more. And while you understand yourself, you also understand other people, understand your client, how they communicate. Because I think a lot of time is we know we want to help people. We know we have the skill, we know real estate, but how do we help people to understand real estate? How do we communicate with them? Sometimes that's where things fall apart because I just cannot help this customer. They're just so impossible. It's not good fit. You gotta go find somebody else. So you aggravate yourself by taking on this deal. But once you understand, this is just how they are, then that it's not completely 100% matched with what you like, but still it's something you can work with. So that's something that I want to, just a little tip of different style, and it just will help you understand yourself and also understand others. So first of all, there's DISC, and D is decisive in most of the time, and I is interactive, and S is stabilizing, and C is cautious. So this is all spectrum of different level of different type of behavior. Like people in high D, they're very decisive. They can be determined and focused, and you can see the spectrum. But people who have a lower D, they can be mild and agreeable. So when you have someone, and then once you learn all this style, and then you learn how they communicate, and you be like, okay, because they this way, so maybe I need to talk in a different way. So that will help you the transaction to be easier. So like I is someone that who are very sociable, who have high I. You can be, most of them have, you can have high on different ones, or you can have high on 1 or 2 or 3. Some 3 is rare, but most of you have a high on something. So that's where you kind of understanding how this person behaves. And like people in S, they're stabilizing, consistent, but people who, life is like a little chaotic, they can, they don't mind the drama and all that, that can be a lower S. And how do you handle that? And cautious people with high C, they are very analytical. They don't like to get things wrong. They want everything to be perfect, and then they So they careful, but if someone would hire lower S, they're very careless. So someone with, so talk, thinking about you working with lower C person. And so where, and in higher D, where they can be very decisive, they don't care about a lot of information. And so whenever you tell them, oh, I think this house is good, and then they say, okay, that's good offer, but not. And then if you're that type of person as well, then you miss out the informative session where, oh, this house is, you know, I think it's this and this has a problem and this. And then if you didn't tell them that ahead of time, it happened later on. And then this transaction can be, you know, very difficult. But if you understand, you see that they're this type of person, they cut you off talking and they can make decision quick. Sometimes, yes, we do like that, you know, oh, let's go make an offer. Okay, I don't have to spend all the time for you. But that's the time you also need to think, okay, maybe this is time I need to give them information because they don't think they need that to make a decision. But it's our job to give them that information, so that it avoids certain issues later on. So those are the type of things that why we do those type of things. And the next is the communication preference. So like I say, high D, that they talk clear, specific, and on point. And they stick to the business and prepare for, you know, pretty determined answer. They can, because they don't like a lot of information, it bothers, it annoys them. And that they can, but because of that, they can be effective and efficient, and they don't like small talks, and they can think big picture, and they is if in disagreement, you know, you don't challenge them the personal part of it, you challenge them on the fact. They like to talk about fact and data. So like in high I, they connect with people emotions and dreams. They want to talk about, you know, the beautiful stuff. And then they can talk about anything really. They're sociable and provide, you know, but when you talk to them, you want to give them time because, you know, they, like I said, how they want to be communicated. Say like for high D and high I, when you understand them, that you don't give them enough time for you dealing with high I, they'll feel like, oh, you're not listening to me. And then when they feel that, they don't trust you. And then in our business, that's an important thing to create trust. So that's why, you know, understanding the different type, and then you understand how to communicate, how to adapt yourself to work with them. And then like ask them their options and opinion on the high I. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And on high S, they agreeable and sociable. They like to work with team. High I, they like to work with individual as well. And when you go to an event, you know, a lot of I did this for assessment for a lot of realtors here, and about 80-90% of us, we are high I. So we're very sociable. We talk to people, we networking, I know how to talk to people. But when you see someone that's, you know, maybe off to the side, you know, not necessarily they don't like you, but they just not that type of environment. But this is where you reach out as a high I person, and then you reach out and talk to them. And so like a high S, they like to work with the team, and they can be sincere in your interest, and they are very good listener. And sometimes if a high I, you start talking to high S, and then you find that they actually like to listen to what you say. And so they're very patient, so you cannot push too hard, too fast. They're consistent in the pace. So if you are high D, you work with a high S, you don't want to keep pushing them, you need to make decision today. But you want to give them time and allow them they don't like to change. So for them to make that decision to change, to move their home, that's a big change for them. Although they're thinking about it, they may just think, they may talking to you, but it may take a long time to develop that trust. And high S, especially if they won't open up to you, maybe they don't trust you. and it does take a long time. And because you have to be non-threatening and open and respectful at the time, and keep the peace and don't block the vote. So just those type of things that, and understanding. And I see they prepare events that they want to, they want a lot of information. And because they are analytical themselves, so whatever information you tell them, they're gonna think of other questions to ask you. So you got to be prepared. And be straightforward, direct, and support all of the statement and fact and detail. Like I said, they're probably more knowledgeable than you because they already did all the research. So, and organize the discussion, be clear in orderly manner, and these are all the pros and cons in the decision to be made. So those are the things that the characteristic that how they prefer you to communicate. So depends on where you are at, and then you understand where other people are at, and then how to adapt you. So in statistically, 30% about 30% of them is high I, 30% high S, 30% high C, and only 10% high D. So you think about that, high D and high I, we can make decision quick, but you're thinking about other people, S and C, they tend to make decision, need some time, need information, need to see how other people do it and avoid changes. So those are the things people you work with. So don't get upset if most of your client, you feel like, oh, they can't make decisions. This is how they are. That's how the world is, how humans are. And you can't, by one transaction, you can't change them. So you just have to make that understanding. Then how do you adapt yourself to do that? And so thinking about if you're high D, you're at that 10% and you're dealing with 90%. So think about how much you have to work on, understanding other people and then adapt to all the things. So Daniel, with high D and high I, so think about how you have to deal with the world.
Well, and because of Judy and this coaching that I've done before, that actually helped me a lot to understand that much better.
So, so that's why I find it fascinating for me to understanding those people in this way and help me. Otherwise, I get frustrated. Like my daughter is high C. I'm like, why does she ask so many questions? I want to but for her, it's like she needs that information. So think about that's your client. She was my client actually last month. It took us 2 years. So that's so just so that's why I think that it's the tool that's really helpful for me personally. So I feel like that's a good thing to share with all of you. And so high D though, high D had what fear do they have? They have fear of loss control, being taken advantage of, and fear of being vulnerable. And limitation is they may come across like a concern about the people and being impatient and insensitive. So those are the things that when you see that, you kind of recognize, oh, that's the person that they high D. And a lot of actually business owners, they are high D. If you come think of it, they can make decisions quick. They don't have time in 2 ways. They talk to you in a couple sentences and they done, okay, go find some household. And then when you come back and then they want to make decision quick. So this but if you are the type of person, I that want to talk about, all these other things, the sky's blue and all that thing, then they really don't have time to talk. They'll be like, next time. So, okay, before I get to that, I just want to say something real quick. So, how to understand high D in a simple way. Say we have a trip and we're talking about we want to go climb this mountain. And before the person saying, finish hearing, oh, I want to climb the mountain, the high D is already on the way. They're already going. Where are we going? They don't care. They just start going already. High we start talking. Oh, really? That's where we're going? Do you think that's what it's gonna be? They start talking to other people. They start socializing. And then high S will be like, have we done this before? What's gonna happen? You know, we need to hear about some other people, what their experience are, what's gonna happen. And they're still standing there. And then high C is like, oh, what kind of food do we need? We may need water, we may need food, we may need this and that and that. So they start getting information. So of course everybody start going, right? But halfway, high D is like, oh, now I'm hungry. Now I go find high C. No, I want someone to talk to. I don't want to be the only one here. Oh, let me go find high I. How do I continue going? Because high D, they have such a passion to start going, but then they may not have that consistency. And then they find that high S to teach them how to start consistently going long way. So the world needs all of us. But how do you have people in your team, different type of people, how to help you with your weaknesses? And we said this, there's no good or bad or right or wrong. It's just how you are. And we all have weaknesses and strengths, and how do we play in our strength and be aware of our weaknesses. And that's what this is. You're aware of your weaknesses and your fear and understanding others, and then how we work together and how we help each other. So that's a simple way. And we talked about this conversation style, that they can be fast paced, and then express emotion directly and we interrupt the conversation. So when high D has that explosive anger emotion sometimes, but after 5 minutes they're done. They like, okay, what's next? They can be like that. So you don't, but high S, they take things very personal. They may take grudges. So when you're talking about high D and already forget it, and then high S then still feel hurt. And so sometimes if you understand the person, then high S, you really have to shorten the time of taking grudges, and then high D may have to come back and say, well, talk to the high S, talk them out of it. So those type of things, when you have conflict, that helps when you understand each other. And you help with your personal life, your family's life as well, not just only professionally. So high I, they fear social rejection, disappointment, disapproval, loss of influence, being ignored. So there's a lot of realtors that the FOMO, right? We don't like to miss out stuff. Like you guys miss out the EST con. I want to get in next year. So those are the things that when you have that feeling, when you see people like that, that might be a high I. Now if it's a high I, okay, now I understand how to talk to them. High I, they easily get distracted. So if you talk to them, you want to talk to them about this house, they will talk to, or a realtor. And I mean, like I said, a lot of realtors wear high I. You have to, again, understanding who you're talking to. If you're talking to high, that I said earlier, they want to get into business, but you start talking about, oh, I got a test to answer. Oh, I got this client that's doing this and this. They like, I don't really care, so get to the business. So you can, and high I, because they get distracted easily. So that's their limitation. Impulsiveness, possible disorganized, and lack of follow through. And so what help do you need? You may need a high S, someone accountability part of it. Accountability partner or something that help you organize, being followed through and being consistent. So those are the things that you can consider as well. And I do think that that's helpful. And then the conversation style, that's fast paced, open answer, lively, animating, static. So you can find that, high I, that we are, you can find high I in a room. You know who high I is.
I'm a high I.
You team.
You're high I.
So that's why I find this very interesting. And then, the next is they get off topic, right? Then high S, the fear is loss of stability, they don't like change and loss of harmony, and they don't like to offend others because they want to work in the team environment, have the harmony, and be a helpful person. They don't like I said, they are consistent. When they're consistent, they like that stability, especially financial stability. So when you're talking about high S, that they wanna change the move house or something, that they wanna make sure financially that they are good. So make sure they talk to the loan officer.
That's
Anyway, so
right.
right, so make sure that they understand, because a lot of time realtors, they just understand, oh, they wanna buy a house, or they wanna sell a house, but then what's next? Or what's the financial implication? So that's why they need someone to talk to them about that, and making sure that, and they may not say a lot because they haven't built that trust enough yet, and so, that they wanna feel that there's someone to talk to them about that, and they feel secure about it before they move forward. Sometimes it's not because of the house they don't like, it's about the other piece. So that's something you understand people what they think, and that might help you being less aggravated. So the limitation is over accommodating, tendency to avoid changing the size. So we talked about that. And the conversation style is slow paced and warm but reserved until they trust you, and open and reserved to questions. So more when you talk to them, not directive, but more like, what do you think? How do you feel? Those W questions. That will open-ended question that will help them, they'll open up to you more. And high C, their fear of being criticized, and their fear of being wrong. And that's, they want to get everything right. So that's why they're afraid to move forward. They want to prepare everything, want information, they want to feel good before they actually do it. So they can be very indecisive. And hopefully they overly critical, overanalyzing, and they can isolate themselves because they feel like I'm not good enough. So that's the background thinking of I'm not good enough, but they actually are. They need someone to validate them. And the conversation style is slow pace, again, closing question. Closing question more like this one is different than S, high S. High S is more like, what we think, how we feel, and this one is like yes and no question. And they include this in then this is just the overall what we talked about earlier. So do you guys have any, comment, or what do you think you are, or have any questions about how to communicate with, you have any case?
I think the high S and the high C, those two personalities are a little similar to each other.
They're a little similar. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they're similar, like high S, that they are both high S and high C, they're both indecisive. They're slow in making decisions. And actually high S, I said I S and C, they're all about 30% each. But high S is actually more, a little more, the highest of more people in high S. So they don't like changes, and so yeah, but high C is task oriented. You give them a task, they will do it. So, and in high S, they like more people. They like to work with people, like to understand how people think. And rather than high S, they have to make sure everything is good. So that's more or less. And do you have any questions before I get to SMART goals?
I feel like
Has anyone, I wanted to ask, has anyone heard this profile before? Right?
No.
No. Is there a Chinese translation of this profile? Maybe I should make one. You guys can feed it. Yeah,
we
anyways.
can probably make one.
There are different,
Yeah. I think that is 对，是它是不是 personality，它就是 behavior，
Behavior
所以是行为测试。
行为测试
对对对
There are many different out there. I mean, this is one of the ones that I find that very big.
Yeah.
So, and I we said earlier, is behavior. You can, if you want to, it's all about awareness. All these things is about awareness, understanding yourself, understanding others, and be aware how I show up. You know, and if you once you be aware, and then you can intentionally want to change. And if you intentionally start changing 5-7 years, you can change. Not completely, but you can change the dynamic of your behavior.
Yeah, I think when I did this 7 years ago, I was a very high D, little lower I, but that's actually switch. I'm actually a higher I, middle D now.
Yes.
So,
I was just about to say that I think there's everybody has a mix of all three, all four,
Yes,
you know, at
for sure.
a certain point, and then you can change, like you said. But I think I'm very similar to Daniel. I think I was a high D a long time ago, and now I'm switching to high I. Because I realize people hold grudges against me.
I think I'm
That's
still on the
fast.
high D part.
You like to, you know, get things done quickly, task oriented and decision making and think about big pictures and
I think she's a DS. I think she's more like DS.
So it's a combination.
consistently,
Yeah.
things consistently, and you like a structure.
Yeah.
That's high S structure in system.
But I wish I could switch to I a little bit.
That's
Yeah.
that's why you have to do something.
Complement each other.
You work together too.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think Michelle is a little high D too.
Yeah, I
DS.
will just.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yes.
She's high
Yeah,
D.
high D.
Yeah, like theme is high D, high I, so you can't, means which one is more dominant. We all have some number in all four, but it's just with how high it is and which one is higher, which is lower, that's what everyone is there. So, no good that.
But that's a great class, I think. Well, you're not finished yet, but still, I can say some compliment. You know, to find out the personality, like, you know, for me, I like straight to the point. Don't chit chat with me. You know, when you call me, give me your question, I will give you the answer, and that's it. But still, we work with all different kind of people. You need to find out what's your clients, you know, like from what we learned today, and then try to find a better way to talk to them. I think that's great. I need to remember all this.
Yeah, so
The big-
that's,
Cause I see a lot of agents, they get frustrated with their client. I'm like, because their personality, their behavior is different.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that we have these differences and where they're identified, then that's why we're here training. And, you know, Judy teaches this all the time throughout the year. And it's a good thing. And, you know, there's full certification to get this to understand better, you know.
yeah, it's ongoing learning.
Yeah.
You know, every time you see someone you know, and then you, all of a sudden you see their behavior this way. And then you realize, oh, and then you can reference, well, whether the ISC, then you just sort of, okay, not doing that.
Yeah.
And create less conflict.
Right.
That's what it is.
Just understand where they're coming from, right? A lot of times when you talk to people like that, why do you ask these questions? In my head, I was like, it's a stupid question. But I realized, okay, maybe that's what they needed to have, right? And we already tackled all the 90% of the problem, that 10% of the problem, that's where they're hanging on. Then you're gonna have to talk to them about it, make sure they're all clear so that we can move forward.
And sometimes you work with the high C.
Yeah, exactly. So you just have to understand where they're coming from. It's not personal. Don't take it personal.
Yeah. And high S tend to get personal on things. So you have, once, if you think you're high S, then you're aware, okay, I can't be overly, you know, holding grudges. So you want to find a way to help yourself not to keep holding them grudges. And the next one, I want to talk about SMART goals. And, you know, in our industry, we all want to, you know, every day nobody's telling you what to do. what are you doing? How do you generate business? What's your goal? You know, that's you don't, you're thinking, oh, I want to make more business, but that's just like a dream. Like you have no deadline, no nothing, that's a dream. You just want to do something, but you don't know no way to accomplish that. So that's what we call this SMART goal. SMART, S is specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, R is relevant, T is time. So what that means, S, be specific. What would you accomplish? What action do you want to take? If you want to sell real estate, what do you need to do to sell real estate? Measurable. What day will measure the goal? Can you track this over time? Because you just say, I want to sell business. How do you sell? Okay, what I want to do this, and then certain things I want to do, but how do you know if you're doing good or not? You know, so that's why it needs to be measured. And attainable is the goal, you know, actually workable. And do you have the necessary skill and resources to do it? And again, that's why you understand yourself. That do I have those skills and behavior, and how do those are the tools to the resources to do it. And relevant, what's the purpose of your goal? Why is the result important to you? It's the why question. Why do you want to do this? And timely, what's the time frame to accomplish this goal? And how do you create a sense of urgency? And that's the thing, if you know you want to sell real estate, you know, I can sell real estate, be successful, oh, maybe 5 years, 10 years, okay. And there's no sense of urgency, but how do you create, you know, it's costly every month already. You don't mean to have a real estate license, but how do you not, you know, how do you make that income? So for example, you know, the bottom is, for example, say I want to grow 20 clients within 2025. That means, and this will accomplish by creating a targeted social media campaign. That's what I'm going to do. That's the S part. And which will begin running in January 2025, means you have a time for it on 3 media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and since social, and this is the why. This is the relevant part. Why? Since the social media is where people get information, increasing social media, posting and ads will ultimately increase sales. So you do want to give yourself that. So this is the general example, but you want to personally, once you understand yourself, that you can create a more personal SMART goal for yourself. And then Daniel, if Daniel, they want to create a revenue share, you want to talk to how many realtors in certain amount of time. And then how do you want to be measured? You don't want to just say, okay, I just want to go meet realtors. Okay, meet realtors, and how many realtors do you need to meet a day, a week, a quarter? And so can be yearly goal, can be quarterly, and then you create an action. And once that's create a SMART short-term goals, not action plans. So for example, post 3 posts a week and spend $50 a week on boosting Facebook ads. And why you have this short-term goal is more manageable, more motivating, and allow for reflection and adjustment. So this is a general things how to create a SMART goal. You guys say you can create a 1 year and then do a quarterly goal, and then basically chip down the algorithm. You know, thinking this is so big, how do I create 20 clients? Say that you're the new agent, I have no client right now. How do I create 20 clients in 2025? In order to 20 clients in this year, that okay, I need to do 3 posts, or if I need to make phone calls, how many phone calls do I need to make? How many networking events do I need to go that within this quarter, in each quarter, and in each quarter, and then break it down to weekly and to daily. And then how many hours do I need to call? And then I need to go to networking event one a week, 2 a week. And then and then create those short-term actions. And then you come back maybe a month or a quarter, and you come back and reflect that is what I'm doing now, is it gonna help me to reach this goal, the vision that I have? That's what I talked about at the beginning.
It's the vision that you have, and you know this direction you want to go, and then you create your short-term goal, and then you help you to reach your vision. So this is how Smart Goal helps you with this business. Great, yeah, that's it. Yes, all right, thank you. And first of all, thank Judy for teaching us this is very important. We actually have done this SMART goal setting a few times in our company before. It's very important. So I came from a big corporate world. I worked in corporate offices for many, many years. So setting goals is super, super important to your business growing and to your personal growing, everything, to your company growing. So it's from one person to a big company. It's all about goal setting. So the SMART goal is those components are super, super important. You have to be specific. You have to know exactly what you want. You can't just say, okay, I want to be, better this year, next year. What is better? I want to be richer. I want to make more money. What is more to you, right? Maybe to Daniel, it's a couple million. Maybe to you, it's a couple thousand. Just kidding. But you be specific. So for Daniel, he's already got 300 people. Maybe he want to grow to 500. Right now, we started with 30 people. Maybe we want to grow to 100. I think I'm pretty realistic. I don't want to set a, that's the next one. Attainable. What's the next? What's attainable? Attainable means it's realistic. It's doable. Not something that's out of the world. I can't say, okay, I'm gonna, go out to buy a, Ferrari, or I want to go to, I want to have a Lamborghini. How do we get there? From A to B, you gotta make sure that you can break down. So this is a training. That's why we train over and over again, because it's a training skill. Setting goals, achieving goals, and how to take steps towards your goal. These are skills to be trained, and you need to be able to do that little by little. It's not something that comes with you when you're born. Nobody comes with it when you're born. This is something you have to learn, and you have to train yourself, and you have to do it. You have to practice. So how do you break down? You're from a goal to tasks, and to intermediate, to interim goals, and to the daily goals, and to the hours sometimes. Maybe hours are a little extreme, but at least you have a daily or weekly goal. And then you go to monthly, quarterly, and yearly, sometimes long-term, 5-year, 10-year. So for example, I'm just throwing out an example that if you say, hey, in 5 years, I want to be like Daniel. I want to have, 250 people on my team. I want to have $50,000 a month. Hey, that's a great goal. Those are specific, right? So you have to be specific, and then measurable. Measurable means you have to have a number. And what's measurable? You can't just say, okay, high, low, good, or bad. You have to be able to measure these numbers. You got to have a number. 250, 200, 100. 50, 20, maybe I just want to have 2. Great. Next year, you know what? I'm new. I just got here. I don't know how to talk to people. Maybe I will just grab, have 2 friends join me, so that we have 3 musketeers. We can be a team, Hey, that's great. Just set a number that's measurable, and then attainable, which means you can do it, measure yourself. So for me, I think, I can do a bigger team. I can do 20, I can do 50, I can do 100. But to you, again, attainable. Can you do 2? Maybe 2 is too much for me. Oh, I can't do 2. Maybe I don't do anything. I'll just do my production next year. Hey, great. If you just want to do production, do production. You don't have to grow your team. So do something set something that you think you can do. But that's something, it's also a training skill. Sometimes you don't know. A lot of people we have trained, I've trained before. How do you set your goal? It's another whole set of courses to learn, because you really don't know from the very beginning. You've never done this before. You don't know how to set your goals. You don't know your capabilities are. You don't know what is attainable to you at all. What do? Start with something, somewhere. Something maybe you think, 2, 3, 1. Start with something, and then you can say, I set a goal to, have 2 friends to join me for the whole year, but I already got 2 friends next week, in 1 week. Hey, great. That's why it's called adjustable. We have to adjust it. Okay, I can do maybe 2 more. I can do maybe another 2. So you can adjust your goal as you go along. And then that's smart HR timeline, yes, but you have to do it. You have to do it, like you have to set a time. You can't just say, okay, I'll get 100, but no time. I don't know when I'm gonna get there, right? You have to break it down, like I said, and break it down to weekly, because monthly, daily. Because if you set a goal that's too long, guess what? A human brain and human attention doesn't last that long. Literally, you're a human being, your brain attention is no more than 15 minutes. You have to focus on what you can do today and then the next. That's why from the big corporations, we learned that every day. That's why Daniel has this Monday meeting. That's why I wrote it down here, because I want you to all go there whenever you have time. But make it a priority, because every day you want to think about what I do in the morning before I wake up. My husband is like, what are you doing? You're in my bed. I'm looking at my phone. Okay, what do I do today? Here are the things, 9 o'clock meeting, 10 o'clock meeting, lunch, in the afternoon. I have to think about what I need to do today. And I look at the day, the next day, okay, what I need to do, prepare for the next day. So you gotta have a plan that's daily, and then weekly. Are you meeting your own goals? So these are very, very important, not just making money, but also you feel a sense of accomplishment. That is important to you. To everyone, not just you, not just me, everyone, human being has a tendency of being approved by themselves. We need to approve ourselves. I have accomplished something. I have set my goal. I have accomplished. Woohoo! That adrenaline actually keeps you going further and further and doing bigger and better.
And one more thing I want to add is that, as a realtor, you maybe get referrals, family, friends, and then you work on this activity, or I'm gonna go to houses, I'm gonna go do this thing. And then, but how do you create your pipeline? Is those goals and activities that you just do daily, weekly, and it's not generating business right now, but it's gonna help you in the pipeline going forward. So those are the things that you do want to set for yourself, and so we get distracted on all the things that we think that making money right now, think about the future.
Right. And we'll do more trainings on this, because like I said, it's not a one day, one time thing. It's gonna be ongoing. We're gonna do this over and over again. It's repetition. We have to repeat over and over again to make sure that it's burned into your blood or into your head, into your heart, so that we can get it done. So
I think for real estate agents, if you're new, first 2 years, it could be it's hard, but you're reaching out to your sphere. It's after 2 years in the business what you do, because you already reach out to your friends and family. So we see a lot of agents who leave the industry after 2 years, that's statistically, right? So what do you do after that 2 years? So that's why you have to build up your pipeline. You have to learn how to be able to sell better sales. You got to learn how to understand people's behavior, leverage technology, right? And then being consistent and investing in yourself, reading good books, right? These are all things that you have to do in business. Mo is one of my new agents that I've met at Champions Real Estate School. He's 19, young, but he's doing the commercial academy. He's doing it for 2 weeks upstairs, just watching the Zoom, and he's getting focused, right? He's building up his pipeline, his connections, and you have to leverage ChatGPT. You have the technology there. Learn how to ask it right questions. I just asked the question, what did I ask? Growing my real estate team, how can I be a better leader? There, you can ask certain things, and it'll give you some structure, right? So, because sometimes we don't know what to do. You have technology. You have other people's knowledge that have put into the technology that have scripted out and helping you out. How do you do better videos, right? Some people I don't like to be in front of the camera. That's fine. Turn the camera this way. What do you show? What do you type it in? How do you leverage software to help you with that? You have to learn these things in your business. This is your business, right? We're here to help you. As leaders, we're here to help you grow your business. We care about you guys, right? And we really sincerely want you guys to do better, right?
I have a business plan template that I can email to everyone after this. So if you can use it for your own business, it's very general. Or you can, if you do commercial, if your client startup and don't have a business plan, you can pay into them as well. So it's suitable for every business.
Okay, great. Thank you. And also, like Daniel said, we're here to help you. And I offer myself to help you that if you want to meet with me. So this is what I learned from big corporations, that every year, my boss actually schedule meetings, personal meetings with every team member to go through their goals, their long-term goal, their short-term goal, their, daily goal. There's something they have to do. So this is like a yearly review. So we don't have to do a formal or anything, or if you want to do a formal thing with someone, I'll be happy to be the one that if you trust me to do that, then we can practice setting up goals. So make sure that you use me. Just send me a text message, we'll schedule time to go through your goal, all over what you can do and cannot do, and we can go from there.
So want to let you know, so you probably got an email. Make sure you have your bio, your bio ready to, whether it's in Zillow, Realtor.com, copy that, send it to us, because we're making little flyers for every single partner in here, and something simple. You can ask ChatGPT to clean it up, condense it down. So I'm leaving Cindy's bio, I'm like quick bio. So we're gonna be posting this. I'm actually gonna print these out. I might have it digitally where I'm just gonna scroll our partners' photos up there. All these business partners, you can reach out to. Call them like, hey, I'm also part of We Partners. I want to get to know you. Let's have coffee. I want to go to know your business. How can I be of service? We're all here together to learn from each other. We have a lot of brokers. I think we have over 45, close to 50 broker associates now. So very strong. So, and if you say, Dana, I don't know where this is, I'll put it on the website because it's a Canva link, and I'll post it up there so you can go through all these and find the people. I'm gonna create like a little directory also. That's kind of one of my goals the next 45 days. So.
And if you're not on Daniel's Facebook, We Partner group, you should go sign up We Partner group.
And if you, for some reason, if we didn't finish your welcome flyer to announce on social media, please let us know. If you want to help out, I can give you the Canva template, and because as we're like, I think past 60 days, we've onboarded like 50 something people, so it's just a lot of influx. So just need to get everyone's headshots. If you don't have your headshot, please get your headshot. If you need me to take a photo, I did Mo's this week. So, but everyone, it's your business. You need to have your headshot, professional headshot, not just a selfie. So, working on a couple of your team members, welcome flyers. So I'm waiting for photos. So in order to have that, need photos. So, okay. That's it for me. All right.
Okay, that's all. Any questions? Want to discuss something? Any problem you have experienced in the past couple weeks? Did you finally get the questions answered? Yeah, okay. Everybody switched over. Any questions?
Somebody asked.
Excuse me? Hello?
Yes.
Yes,
Rebecca?
hi, Daniel. It's very blurry for the PowerPoint. And do you think you can share today's PowerPoint in the group?
This profile PowerPoint?
Yes, today's presentations PowerPoint.
Yeah, Judy can.
Judy can, right? Yeah.
I'll give it to Teresa to put in the WeChat.
Oh, thank you so much. Because every smart goal, I can only see the picture, but we cannot read the word. It's very blurry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, also I want to introduce some of the new people. So maybe we'll go around the table, and I know some are old people. Maybe you don't know. So maybe we'll start from Daniel. Okay, Daniel, you all know, right? So I'm Teresa Tall, Judy, and
Lou,
Jean,
Shelley, Helen,
Lee.
Alan.
Catherine.
June.
Bo.
Oh, great. Okay. So some of us were we already knew each other because we came from the same group, and now we got a few more new team members, Catherine, Lee, and Helen. Welcome, and Mo, a new member. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we have a drawing today that we have a $25 gift card. So where's Daniel? Daniel, can you make a card for us?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to be.
Except for that.
Who's that?
That's me.
June, yeah.
Okay, you got a 25.
K-pop star.
I take a picture.
Wait, Daniel, come.
Well, I guess I.
Oh, yeah, great.
Everyone heart.
One, two. One more. Should I do this?
Sure.
All right.
If you want to take your card back, you can take your card back.
Can I keep it? So I can stand up this part?
Oh, yeah, you can take it. Okay, yeah. Judy, there's still more food here if you want.
Judy，给你我的，因为我没有放。
哦，你没放。
没有，不愁了，让大家中奖多好。
我会给你的。
我也没放。Okay, so good to see you all. If you have questions, just let me know. 有问题的话来跟我说。
哎，那个汉子走了吗？她老公忘记带钥匙了，让她急忙回家开。哦，她是马上就要考执照吗？
对，他已经学完
I
了。
forgot to say, new agents, if you just get your lessons, come to me.
Yeah.
After you join,
She
okay?
has-
I got the new agent startup training, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably have one.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna have one now.
Okay.
Yeah, sign up and then we can have first
I'm gonna try to ask
Oh,
Katie
okay.
for where the links for the
Okay.
training, so we'll give you 1 second. Get a time.
Yeah.
你跟我去那个 Katie 活。
Yeah, she was asking what the training is.
Yeah.
Oh.
谢谢你们来，好玩吗？
消息走。
Download
and integrated to your Google or your iPhone.
Are you able to hear me, Holly?
Hello, Danielle. How are you doing? Well, hello, everyone. Welcome. For the KB Core trainings, let me grab those for you. Yeah, I'll throw it in the chat box for you guys. Yeah, you're welcome.
sign up，因为我们今天几点还得跟人吵架。
哦，OK，那说两句。
好吧。然后那个最近这活动特别
其实就是
That's how I got it。
好的，我看看这我之前我参加我就要念久了，因为我今年年底都想收一个，所以也要配的都是玩好，对，只是那个对的。那我在CC对，要年底了嘛。
Yeah, it is. So this is our KB Core Education Resource Guide. And if And did you see it in the you said you didn't see it in the educational calendar at all?
哦，旺，或者他有新人的话，2个、3个人。
哦，那没问题。
我跟ES
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, and then I can also put that, let me grab the calendar too for you. And just let them know that this calendar for EXP, this is the main calendar, so this would be Pacific time, not Central. Yeah, because they kind of redid these calendars here as well. We're all trying to get used to it. So here. Yep, let me grab this one for you. This is another good resource. I'm going to stick that in the box too. If you click on that, you're going to see where it says KB Core Training, and you can also search for it up there as well. Yes, you're welcome. Correct. Yep, I already did that on this page, but yeah, you can search in the KB Core and it shows you the dates right there next to each one, like the KB Core Q&As, and just let them know that, yeah, these are Pacific time, not Central. Yes, you are welcome. Let me know if you guys need anything else. You too. Thank you.